The two 5G phones announced in the US market, LG's V50 ThinQ and Samsung's Galaxy S10 5G, both confirmed for Sprint, S, and NewsPulse Finance corporate parent Verizon, VZ, with the latter also coming to AT&T, share some key traits. One is their lack of announced prices. A second is large sizes. The S10 5G gets a screen, while the V50 features a display. Then there are such high-end features as multiple camera arrays on the back of each of these Android devices that suggest they'll exceed the $999 cost of Samsung's S10 Plus. That's a predictable reality in a device that debuts a new feature. From a value proposition of 5G, anytime someone comes up with a new device with a new feature, they might want to extract higher value from it, Peter Lancia, marketing vice president at Qualcomm, QCOM, said in an interview last week. The people that are going to jump on 5G are not that dissimilar from the foldable people, said creative strategies analyst Carolina Milanese. They are early tech customers. You'll have to wait for Qualcomm's next 5G modem, the X55, to get phones that support the full range of 5G frequencies beyond the early allotment of fast but short-range millimeter wave and some lower frequency bands. AT&T noted that with a line in its own announcement that touted an upcoming Samsung smartphone that will connect to 5G beyond AT&T's millimeter wave-based 5G service. The X50s limits also explain why T-Mobile, TMUS, is now backpedaling on pledges to sell 5G service in the first half of this year. The carrier says phones that can run on its 5G network now won't ship until the second half of 2019. Buyers of these early models will need to keep those distinctions in mind. We believe that the 5G consumer is going to be a lead tech adopter consumer, is going to be extremely well versed in what the technology is for each carrier, and will understand fairly well what the experience will be, said Justin Dennison, Samsung's senior vice president for phone product marketing. One of the worst fears of 5G phones that their power consumption would demand midday recharging may not come to pass. Qualcomm and manufacturers say they will avoid repeating the horrific battery life of the first crop of 4G LTE phones with power-saving techniques and bigger batteries. But by this time next year, we should see phones based on yet another upcoming chipset from Qualcomm, a system-on-a-chip module that, like today's LTE circuitry, combines both processing and connectivity in a single module that manufacturers can build a phone around. Qualcomm's 5G social is important as it will make 5G mainstream and available not just for premium phones but mid-range ones, too, wrote Patrick Moorhead, president of More Insights and Strategy, in a Twitter, TWTR, direct message. SoCs use less energy and are smaller than discrete components, meaning these solutions will be less expensive, use smaller batteries and have longer battery life. More from Rob, email rob@, follow him on Twitter at @RobGuerrero.